Jim, as you hear the wind behind me, what has become a popular topic to be sent into CornyDriveThru at gmail.com and posted on the YouTube page, the Facebook page. There's a clip. It's only 4 seconds. Let me play you this, and we may have to play it a couple times to get the full grasp of it. This is Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, this clip, talking to his co-host Garrett Gonzalez.
Long run, you end up back where you were, just with a lower price. So, anyway.
I'm going to play that again. Again, Dave's doing the talking. His phone goes off, and he has it set to announce who's calling.
In the long run, you end up back where you were, just with a lower price. So, anyway.
So, of course, it says Tony Khan. Now, maybe this is a diversion. Maybe it's not Tony Khan. Maybe it's Chris Jericho. No. But it's Tony Khan. What are your thoughts on this?
Can I just hold on just a sec? For one thing, we've established that Dave Meltzer is, I believe, either a year or a year and a half older than me, and I'm now 64, and he's got a phone that not only plays that fucking tune, but it says the name of whoever's calling. What the fuck is it? He's got to be one of the kids, doesn't he? Here's another thing. You ask anybody, any man in the wrestling business back in the 70s and 80s, if they wanted a phone that when it rang, it would announce the name of the person it was calling, and that guy might be in the fucking grocery store with his wife pushing the cart that he may be using when he's homeless after it says, "You're a whore from Richmond." So what in the world? He's a senior citizen. Just have a phone that fucking rings, you dipshit. And here's another thing. The tune. Why would you, if you were, he's on the air. I stick my phone, usually when I think about it, over on the other side of the office, where occasionally people hear my phone ring, because I honestly don't remember how to turn the fucking bell up and down. So I just stick it over there on the other side of the couch. But point being, it just rings. It did whatever that fucking calliope told the kids going around on the merry-go-round, and one kid falls off and breaks his leg, and then they call Stephen P. New at 877-50-STEVE, but I digress. So Dave is sitting there, he's on the air, and this thing goes off, and I guess they're doing this live because they couldn't.
So, anyway,
they couldn't take it back. So, again, does he walk around when he's in the post office standing in line? Does that annoying music and Brian Alvarez name pop up or whatever? Does he have to announce to the world who he is in contact with?
And what does that make you think if you're a source? He'll be at one of his pay-per-view parties and the phone goes off and...
I was about to say, yeah, he's one of these fucking get-togethers or media scrums, and there's, Tony Khan's in the room, and there's one of his goddamn wrestlers calling Dave to fucking complain about him. And who knows what... Jesus Christ, if Woodward and Bernstein had done that, we'd have known who Deep Throat was before Linda Lovelace even broke into movies.
In the long run, you end up back where you were, just with a lower price. So, anyway.
Well, the other thing is, beyond the hilarity of the fact that Tony Khan is calling him in the middle of a show.
Yeah.
It's the fact that Tony Khan is calling him. We talked about this recently. Tony Khan relies on Dave. He has from day one. The first hire they made was recommended by Dave. Dave may not be an official consultant of AEW, but he's absolutely a consultant of Tony Khan's. I'm not saying there's even money exchange, but Tony uses Dave as his sounding board. And Dave really loves that position, to be quite honest.
Well, I don't know what kind of positions Dave loves. I'm not going to delve into his personal life. I'm just asking you, have we put the donkey before the fucking horse there? I'm wondering if we've been saying Tony's a rotten booker. Tony does. He's not. Should we be blaming Dave? Is Tony just getting instructions from Dave? And this is Dave because Dave certainly loves this wrestling. He defends it as if it was his own offspring against all logic and reason, against many of his former friends of a previous generation who think he's lost his mind. He will die on that. This is a hill. If ever that term has come to fruition any better, this is a hill he will die on. So can you like the shit that anybody else does this much? Or does it have to be yours? And if that's the case, then have we wrongfully maligned poor old Tony Khan when he just taken instructions from Uncle Dave?
Well, you said, should we blame him? I've said in the past that he has fed into some of Tony's worst instincts. And I think you have two guys, even if you think everything's kosher, you have two guys who are both in the same wrestling bubble. Because that's what it is. It's a bubble of thought that seems to be incapable of acknowledging, understanding, admitting anything else could be right. Tony, I believe, just said the last pay-per-view was one of his favorites. And I also think I've heard him say that about every single fucking pay-per-view there's been. And Dave has defended everything against Alvarez, against his own partner, against Reason. Gives star ratings for what in 2025 is a middle-of-the-road average match, could be 4 stars. Maybe higher if he likes the people in it, and it's a match that he doesn't like. If you're someone he likes and you have a match that he finds disgusting, 5 stars. That's what it seems. How many times did we joke about it? I don't like this kind of match. For those who like this kind of thing, 5 stars. But Dave has always been Tony's unofficial consultant. And whether it's the deal with CM Punk or anything else, Tony sought Dave's advice on these things. And I think if there was ever a true story of AEW written, the relationship, for an old term we'll use now, the correspondence between Dave and Tony would be a big part of the story. And this just bears it out, because we've been saying it. He's literally getting called in the middle of the thing it didn't say Nick Khan. It didn't say any other name. It was the one name you would suspect would call him. Dana White. So it wasn't any of that. It was Tony.
How often must it happen if it just in this random instance? But here's the thing. I'm wondering, can somebody figure out some way to sue both of them so we can subpoena the correspondence between the two of them? Because I would donate
77750 Steve.
Well, and if he could get that information, I would donate it for study to the American Psychiatric Association, free of charge.
The other thing is, again, I'm just amazed by this whole thing. Dave's sitting on his couch. The phone is not on silent. The phone is right next to him. I guess in case a big tip comes in the middle of this show.
But I'm just trying to imagine, and I know, and if I say this in the wrong way, then Uncle Dave will jump all over it. Yes, Vince McMahon and Dave Meltzer had numerous phone interactions back in the day, ranging back to the 80s. I'm not saying they didn't speak on a phone. Let me make that perfectly clear. Numerous of times. But one, I can't imagine fucking Dave having it. Was that a special ring for Tony? And does he have to program it in? Whatever, his numbers in the phone there, whatever. But I can't imagine Vince and Dave having the conversations that you can see Tony and Dave having. Oh, it was a great match. Oh, yeah, when he did that shooting star press. Oh, yeah, but whoa, the keg came out in a boom and whatever the fuck that they're talking about. It was a goddamn a game for Vince to not only take the temperature of what was going on in the world and see what Dave was going to be saying, and see which potential problem might be coming up. But it was Dave trying to get a scoop of some kind or a statement but there was no, I can't even say collegial relationship. There was no banter. What's the proper way to say this, Brian? The difference in the conversation that is taking place.
Tony and Dave are two friends and wrestling fans who think and behave similarly. Vince McMahon is a cutthroat, seeking information, seeking at times to twist things into his narrative, and it certainly didn't always work.
Yes.
But I think it's part of a... There are people who talk to the press because they want their story out there, and there's people who talk to the press to find out what the press knows.
And there are people who talk to the press when the press likes them to get together on how great they are.
Again, it's Tony. If it was anyone else, well, I shouldn't say. If it was Jericho, people are like, yeah, I knew it. But, if it was most other people, you'd be surprised. But it was Tony, and it's not like that's not the name. Well, yeah, no,
that's the rib. We don't expect that nobody in the wrestling business or no big name in combat sports ever calls Dave Meltzer, but it's ludicrous that it's the one guy that makes it funny. They're almost Siamese twins now.
In the long run, you end up back where you were, just with a lower price. So anyway.
And by the way, he quickly went to his pocket or next to him on the couch or whatever it was, and boom, and hit whatever button you hit on these things. Yeah, he's a walking stooge report, isn't he? He's just walking down the street and people's names are being shouted out. Yes, him too.
You're a whore from Richmond.
I'm glad he wasn't around during the McCarthy era. There's another 15, 20 years of good entertainment we'd have lost.
I mean, that is the other move. Like if you were having an affair and had a mistress, you put Tony Khan. So like when it comes up, because then people believe it. Oh, of course Tony's calling Dave. That makes perfect sense.
Oh, Tony's got to spend a ton of time on a phone. How long do you think Ricky Morton used to have a line he'd pop the locker room with? In like 1989, he'd forget about something or just something had come up. He'd say, well, hell, I hadn't slept since 83. Do you think Tony Khan has slept since 2019?
Again, look at a picture of him at the start of AEW. Look at him now. It looks like a man who has gone through a lot and slept very little. And that's not even talking about his football duties. And of course, the one thing you always hear about whenever anyone criticizes him, his sports analytics.
Yeah.
His well-known sports analytics company that he's so clearly not busy with at all.
I think you should take Idix off of that.
I guess we could do that.
Just take the Idix off of that.
That's the latest update in the Dave Meltzer relationship saga. Jim, as we move forward here with this show.
Always moving forward, never falling back.
Tony gets advice from Dave about the booking and wrestlers and what to do, what could be done differently. Dave's thoughts on how to apply history to this stuff for a lot of guys that hate history and don't want to hear about how anything was in the past. But what he doesn't do is say, Dave, how can I sell? What Tony doesn't do is say, Dave, can you help me make my business more efficient online? I think we could say for sure Tony doesn't say, Dave, help me with my e-commerce. But you know what? We know someone that Tony could run to, and so could anyone else out there, whether you're a billionaire or not. And that is our good friends at Shopify.
Because at Shopify, we run to you. Oh, yeah, we run to you. And I'll tell you what, you can run to them too, and then they will run you right up the flagpole, and people are going to start saluting you because they're going to make your business bigger, better, badder, bolder, and more profitable than ever before. They're going to bully people into spending money with you. They're going to put you out there.
That's not how it works.
They are going to make people sick of hearing about you. Your name and your business is going to be in front of people 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm talking social media campaigns and email campaigns. You're not going to be able to get away from anybody. Doesn't matter. There's going to be people peeping in your windows to get a look at you. They're going to cause so much attention to what you're doing and who you are. And then
come on, Inoki.
They're going to have all those people start sending you money. And all you got to do is fulfill some little deal like, I don't know, send them something back. That's all you got to do.
Well, again,
and then you're going to hear the cha-ching.
You will hear
the cash register.
Again,
because ching, ching, ching goes the trolley, ding, ding, ding goes the bell. And zing goes my heartstrings when Shopify tells everybody to go to hell unless they send you money.
That's not what they're going to tell anyone to do. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Shopify, a trusted resource. We use them for our online business. Get shirts for this show, The Drive-Thru. ArcadianVanguard.com. You know who powers that? Shopify. We trust them. You can too. Our very good friends, in a professional way.
I've been meaning to ask you about that. My cut of the shirts last month wasn't what I think it was supposed to be. I'm thinking that somebody may have been dipping in, but certainly not Shopify.
It wouldn't be Shopify. It would be me, but it wouldn't be me. I wouldn't do that. So what are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about Shopify making your brand relevant because they're the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all the e-commerce in the United States. So who are you, Antonio Inoki, to tell me that Shopify can't make you money?
God damn it.
What if you can't design a website? Well, they got you from the get-go. And would he shut up, please?
Okay.
I'm telling you, he's always interrupting, especially when he gets aroused. If you can't design a website, Shopify's got you from the get-go, and they got you by the pubic hairs then, and they're going to design the website for you.
Don't take advantage of my
I'll tell you what, you just need to supply some photos of yourself.
No, you don't. No,
various positions.
Let's not go down this road. No, they do not.
They will dictate to you, and they'll make you a website, and then it'll sell your various products across the lands, far and wide, and the oceans and the valleys and the oceans white with seed.
Again, your great products, whatever you may be doing, whatever you may be selling that is of decency. Of course, Shopify is there to deal with you. No pictures requested. And of course, they don't accept unsolicited photos. So let's just think about business.
Well, now, wait a minute. When I talked to the one guy, he asked for some pictures, but we were on the phone for a while. And what if you get stuck, ladies and gentlemen? Well, in that case, you can call Stephen P. No, Shopify is always around to share advice because they have award-winning 24/7 customer support. So if you need help with anything 24/7, they are there. Say you have a fight with your wife and she walks out the door, you think she's having an affair, call these people. They're going to support you because you're their customer.
That's not how it works. They're not going to.
What if you need advice on whether to move to a new job in a new city and start your life over? They've got award-winning customer support people to support the customers 24/7. Call them up in the middle of the night.
Don't call anyone up in the middle of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, they are there to support you.
It says 24/7.
They are there to support your business.
What if you need help now?
Your business and the business you are doing with them, not your marital issues. And we hope you don't have any. Ladies and gentlemen, a good day starts.
I'm talking business. What about if a guy wants to change jobs and look for a new life and move out west and live in the heat of the desert and work in a goddamn horse stable? That's business. And they're going to support you, ladies and gentlemen. You can turn
anything. What does that have to do?
Because it's turning your dreams into money and reality with the people at Shopify that can give you a new lease on life and a new purpose somewhere out in the middle of Arizona with a cow.
They could let you keep your current purpose and just be there to help you
Can you keep your current cow?
With your special purpose.
Do you know what your special purpose was in a great literary classic? Well, nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, once again, regardless of what you do with your special purpose, you can sign up right now and do one thing with your $1. And that is sign up for a $1 a month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/Cornette. It's a Cornette slash, and you gotta differentiate because that's the way you're going to get the $1 trial period. Shopify.com/Cornette, $1 a month. Lady, I was trying to. $1 a month trial period at Shopify.com/Cornette, and you can cha-ching yourself into success. It's what you can do.
They are there for you.
Yourself.
Like they are there for us. Obviously, we could use someone there for us. You could tell our good friend Shopify.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying call them up in the middle of the night. Just ask, are you there for me? I need somebody there for me.
Let's not do that, but Shopify.com/Cornette is a way you can protect yourself. Maybe that's not the way to put it, but help your business, help yourself.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, they'll come over with a couple of baseball bats if you think somebody's coming over.
They love baseball, and if you have a baseball
you.
business, they'll be there to protect you and your business. But once again, Shopify.com/Cornette.